Racing to the 2024 Kentucky Derby, and this time let's get an update on Wednesday, January 24th. Let's take a look at the aftermath of the Lecomte Stakes this past weekend. Also, Separation Saturday coming up, February the 3rd. Hall of Fame makes his entry into the winner's circle last Saturday, and a speed figures from all the latest from the Lecomte Day and the impressive maiden winners in Maymun, Hall of Fame, and Track Phantom. Starting off with Track Phantom, 3 straight wins now. He got a good break in the Lecomte, established position. Let's take a look at that race replay at the start. Look how he outbreaks from the outside post, clearly gets out, and then was able to get over on the Nash horse, number 2, and really was able to quickly sprint away clear from him, and that is how he was able to kind of control the tempo for Track Phantom. Now, looking at the Beyer speed figure projection, you know, Track Phantom continues to go up. He's ran 5 times. He went from an 88 to an 89 to a 90, so he's slowly making progression. When you look at the speed figures, it makes sense because Nash has kind of regressed from that 97 and stayed even with an 84 and an 85. Meanwhile, in the 5th race on Saturday at the fairgrounds, the talk of the track was Hall of Fame, his 2nd lifetime start. Let's look at him kind of coming back to the winner's circle here. He's a nice looking horse, well developed. I think he's got a nice frame to kind of build into. Definitely looks a little bit like a distance runner. This was his 2nd lifetime start. First start of 2024, the speed figures came back pretty big, but when you look at it, Hall of Fame, you know, not a lot to go on in this race. They gave him a 94. He improved dramatically from that debut effort, but that was 4 months ago. And then Sweet Talking Bourbon goes from a 51 to a 78. San Siro goes from a 64 to a 71. So you always got to be skeptical when all 3 of the top 3 finishers have a new career top. So we kind of have to look at that speed figure, but it was a big number. Now here they are side by side, Hall of Fame and Track Phantom from Saturday's performances. Interesting, Joel Rosario rides both horses. Steve Asmussen trains both horses. If you noticed, Hall of Fame goes quicker earlier. He runs faster for the opening quarter. He runs faster for the half. He goes 23.29, comes home in 3rd quarter was 24.6. Meanwhile, Track Phantom comes home a little bit quicker, 31.58 to 32.82. Now, Hall of Fame was in a little bit more wraps, but so was Track Phantom. So Joel Rosario, he's the decision maker here if they do both run in the Risen Star Stakes, which there's talk of. Now, looking at Timeform US, which accounts for pace of the race, they gave Hall of Fame a significantly higher Timeform figure of 121 because they went really fast early. Hall of Fame was kind of trapped at the rail. He had to rush up and then get room on the rail. So they gave Hall of Fame a 121. They gave Maymun, the Bob Baffert, a 113 and Track Phantom a 110 on the Timeform scale. Now looking at it from the Brisnet speed figures, Hall of Fame got a 91 and Track Phantom got a 90. So they have them really close with a little bit higher for Hall of Fame. Overall, Brisnet, higher number for Hall of Fame. Beyer, a higher number for Hall of Fame. Timeform, a higher number for Hall of Fame. But Timeform has it pace adjusted to be dramatically higher. We'll have to see how that plays out. Now, the Kentucky Derby Leaderboard has been updated after Saturday. Fierceness leads the way with a 30. He is tied with Track Phantom. We're probably going to see Fierceness in the Holy Bull next week. Locke going to be running in the Sam F. Davis. He's got 19. Timberlake had his first workout of the year. He is pointing for the Rebel Stakes. Liberal Arts is going to go to the Southwest Stakes. And West Saratoga, we might see him either in the Sam F. Davis or the Holy Bull. And Otto the Conqueror to the Southwest Stakes on the leaderboard. Meanwhile, on the Oak side, you've got Just FYI. She has 40 points. She doesn't need a lot, so she'll probably just run one prep maybe the Ashland Stakes. Jin, most likely going to stay in New York. West Omaha, I thought that was a breakout performance for her. She is going to go to the Rachel Alexandra. and then Candied most likely to the Suncoast Stakes on the same day as the Sam F. Davis or Tampa Bay Derby. We'll see about that. And then Jody's Pride, no word on. Shadowless, 13 points, no word on. And West Sunset, 10 points on the Kentucky Oaks leaderboard. Remember, 14 horses can go into the starting gate for the Kentucky Oaks. Separation Saturday, just around the corner. Fierceness continues to work out. He is going to lead the Holy Bull cast. Looks like we could get Seminole Chief, the in reality Florida bred winner. Generous Tipper, Otello under consideration. He might go to the Withers Stakes. First World War, the runner-up in the Mucho Macho Man. He worked out on the turf. And then Real Men Violin, he's been working out at the fairgrounds, but he may go to the Holy Bull Stakes. Southwest Stakes, Otto the Conqueror, Just Steel, Liberal Arts. Carboni, 2 for 2 for trainer Steve Asmussen. Magic Grant, Awesome Road, who scratched out of the Lecomte, and Lightline. And they're going to draw that on Sunday for that stakes race on February the 3rd, part of Separation Saturday. Robert Lewis could get any one of these mix. Stronghold, I think we'll definitely see him there. Better Than Gold, I think we'll see him in that race. Muth and Nisos have been working out for Bob Baffert. We'll see if they enter that Robert Lewis Stakes. And the Withers Stakes, hard to get a gauge on this. Drumroll, please, injured. We got Speed Runner, a winner for Todd Pletcher, and then Tuscan Sky recently won a maiden at 6 furlongs. I could see him maybe stretching out in that race, wheeling back on 3 weeks. But the Withers could end up being a little bit light, so maybe Otello goes up to the Withers Stakes, or maybe even a West Saratoga if they want those points. Kind of starting to think about that Risen Star a little bit. We've got Hall of Fame. Possibly Track Phantom. I don't think Asmussen's going to run both those runners in the Risen Star. Sierra Leone working out for Chad Brown. He's going to go to the Risen Star, possibly. Honor Marie pointing for the Risen Star as we start to look ahead for that next race at the fairgrounds. The road to the 150th running of the Kentucky Derby. We've got Separation Saturday, the Withers Stakes, the Robert Lewis, the Holy Bull, and the Southwest Stakes, all on February 3rd. Then on the Phillies side, we've got Forward Gale Stakes, and then the Swale Stakes also on February the 3rd. Martha Washington for Phillies, and then the Sam F. Davis going to match up with Locked on February the 10th. As we really get into the meat of the schedule here, the next 4 weeks is really going to start to separate some of those maiden winners. They take on winners, and then the returning stakes winners from last year come back in the next few weeks. Going to be doing the Saturday Racing Notebook for the Pegasus Day. It's big days this year, about 20 days. I'm going to be doing a tip sheet with all of the stakes races, some news and notes and handicapping. Sign up for free in the description below. And then over 300 people have signed up for the Triple Crown Prospectus. 2,000 words every Monday delivered to your mailbox, inbox. It's free, and we talk about the Triple Crown, the Oaks, where horses are pointing for, pedigree profiles. Sign up for the Triple Crown Prospectus below in the description. What do you think about Hall of Fame? Also, Track Phantom, Separation Saturday. Any thoughts on Locked and Fierceness? Leave a comment. And as D. Wayne Lucas always says, people have opinions, horses have the facts.